friend, brother Amay. He too was involved in this episode, and therefore about friendship. You know, in the world today, friendship is so misunderstood and so misquoted and all the wrong things. Swami says, anybody who takes you a step away from God, however good or bad, however good and nice he or she may be, is not a friend. And anybody, however cruel, bad or rude they may appear, takes you a step closer to God, he or she is your true friend. I mean, if we think about friendship today, we realize that nobody is capable of doing that other than God. You know, Swami says, don't walk behind me. I do not want to lead you. Don't walk ahead of me. I don't want to follow you. Walk by my side. Be my friend. You know, that's such a beautiful quotation, because today in the world, you know, when you're in trouble and you call out to your friend for help, what he says is, don't walk behind me because I won't lead you. Don't walk ahead of me because I won't follow you. Don't walk by my side also. Just leave me alone. That is what we get in friendships. You know, it was somewhere in 2002 when I was coming to college from Bombay. I had entered my postgraduate. I had got my seat for doing my postgraduate studies in Puttaparthi. At that time, there was one person whom I felt was my best friend, and therefore, before leaving, I wanted to give a gift. I went to a card store, Archie's card store, searched everywhere, finally came upon a card which said, 101 reasons why you are my best friend. I went and picked it up and started reading all the reasons. All sorts of reasons were there, you know. 101 reasons, and all sorts, from the spiritual to the mundane to the funny to the crazy. If it had been Trinidadian, it would even have, because I can lie with you any time of the day. It was hangout over there. I can hang out with you and chill out with you any time of the day. You know, like that, there were 101 statements written there, and I thought, this is the card, I will give it to my friend before I leave Bombay. The day I go to give the card, it's in a bag over there. I just go there, and my friend looks at me and says, wow, you've got something for me. I have an ego. So I said, why do you think this for you? Who else? I'm your best friend, right? I said, no, don't think. It's not for you, this is something I got for my mother. You know, my ego was such that it prevented me from saying, yeah, you're my best friend and I've got this for you. I said, no, nothing other. Because, you know, though my friend was expecting me to give this, he did not have anything to give me. So I thought, why I should give him? So I said, no, this is for my mother, not for you. And that's it. So this card came with me back to hostel. And when I was in hostel, for some time, after 2 years, I felt, this guy here, I think he's my best friend. Nobody understands me better than him. So this card should go to him. And therefore, when his birthday came close, I thought I'll give him this card. But the last minute before giving him the card, I visited the general stores where I saw another card which I felt is more apt for him. And so bought that card and gave it to him. So this card continued to remain with me. 1 more year passed and I had one more best friend. You see how flimsy our best friendships are. When we say best, it's supposed to be the best. And we have a new best friend every year. It's like some rankings in some Formula 1 racing. Every year you have a new champion. So every year a new best friend. How can they be best friend? Best means that's it. That's a superlative. It's like Mark Twain said, it's easy to give up smoking, I've given it up 1,000 times. We keep making best friends. I've gotten so many best friends. What a stupid statement that is. So then within 1 year I'm thinking that this person is my best friend. So on his birthday, I'm taking the card and I just went through the cards and I saw the 101 reasons over there. I said, no way is this guy matching even 50 of these. No way can I. He may be a best friend, I think, but he's not matching. So then what I did was I felt he matched about 40 of those. And so those 40 I wrote on a separate piece of paper, gifted that paper to him on his birthday. The card remained with me. By now it was about 4 years old. It was getting soiled. And then came a beautiful person into my life who I felt knew me in and out, was very good to me, was very nice with me, was very understanding, I could throw so many tantrums at him, he would understand and calmly accept me. And I finally felt that this is the guy who deserved this best friend card. Yeah, brother Amay. I thought he deserved this card. Wait, story not yet over. I'll tell you what this best friend did. And so, just a few days before his birthday, I thought, yes, now this is a card that I'll give Amay. But you know, how can I give this card? It's fully soiled. You know, the cover is yellowing already because it's 5 years it's been. How many times I pulled it out and pulled it back? So I thought, I'll let him know the significance of the card. I thought he will not appreciate, he will think that I gave him an old card unless, of course, he will not think like that. But I just felt that for him to understand why the card is like this, I should write a covering letter. So I wrote, Dear Amay, let me tell you the history of this card. It was bought 5 years ago in such and such a place for such and such a person, and then this happened, and the whole story that I told you till now, I wrote it in the letter. And on the card, I wrote, Dear Amay, A-M-E-Y, and love Aravind in the end. Closed the card and kept it. And on his birthday, after darshan, as we walked out, he was with his cycle, pushing his cycle. I went to him and said, Hey Amay, happy birthday. Here's this card. His first reaction, why all this card and all this stuff? No need. No, you don't know it. It's special, you take it. I don't want him to put up so much effort I've put in. And I found him after 5 years, right? So I give him the card, he takes it, okay, and we start talking to each other, start liming with each other. We walk to the studio. I'm beginning to like this word and it's already time to go. It feels sad, you know. Just learn to use this word so beautifully. It expresses so many things. Day before yesterday, Brother Dalvi was saying, you know, this liming is such a universal concept. He said, you know, these two guys, they're just liming about Swami over there. Wow, you can lime about everything in the universe. So awesome. That's a lovely Trini word it is. Anyway, so we lime with each other till about 10:30 in the night, and then he walks away to the hostel. And then as I'm walking back to my room, I suddenly see on my desk the card. I thought that fool forgot to take my card. So I'm thinking, no problem, he'll call me back and say, Aravind, oh, I forgot, hey, that card. I thought something like that. I waited till 12 o'clock. The day is over, his birthday is over, nothing happened. The next day, you know, I started feeling hurt. So what is this? How could he forget my card? So the next day I call him up and I say, hey Amay, how was your day yesterday? Great man, it was great. And yesterday night we were together, it was real fun. Anything special? Yeah, the same, nothing. Just was, yeah, we spent time together, it was nice. Swami blessed, it was good. Any special cards you got? That's being a little subtle. Yeah. What subtle? Gross, directly. Any special card you got? Nah, the usual, that's all. This fellow is not even noticing that he didn't take my card. I said, yeah, okay, fine, and I banged the phone down. I was very upset. You know, today I realized that all this was part of a master plan. But that day I was real upset. I said, Swami, what is this, Swami? I thought, I'm not able to get rid of this card. You know, I've been trying so hard and no, this is too much, Swami. I never thought Amay will do this to me. And Swami, it's as if that nobody but you can be. And I stopped midway. Oh God, what a fool. Swami is my best friend, right? Yeah. So what I do, I quickly tear open the cover, take out the letter and tear it up. And then A-M-E-Y is there, right? The E and Y I merge it to make it one big Y. And before A-M I put S-W. So now it becomes S-W-A-M-Y. Dear Swami. And the rest of the thing holds good, the 101 reasons. And then I write another covering letter. Dear Swami, let me tell you the history of this card. The same thing with Amay also added now. Swami, and finally I gave this fellow, he also didn't take Swami. Swami, I realize that you are my best friend. And please don't reject it. Because I don't see any other, you know, I feel that every person, you took me higher and higher in my friendship. I don't see myself going any higher than you, Swami, because you're the best friend. So please don't reject this card. I'm going to give only once. Tomorrow, Swami, I will offer this card to you. Only one chance. If you don't take it, I really don't know. So I felt that, and you know, this prayer I am making on the 24th of December, on Christmas Eve. Christmas Eve is one of the most crowded days in Prashanthi Nilayam because devotees gather there not only from all across the country but all across the world. And Christmas Eve is the overseas choir program. And on 24th evening, as I am sitting there with my card, I see Swami comes on the wheelchair. He's being wheeled in. And as Swami is moving, he's not in the mood to accept letters. He's telling everybody, petko, tarvata, tomorrow, later. The whole ladies' side he passes through and not one letter collected. Statistical disaster for me. I mean, at least 1 or 2 means it gives me hope that he may take mine. Then he passes through the students, does not take any letter. And then Swami comes to the gent side, goes through the whole gent side, not a single letter taken. And I'm thinking, maybe Swami, I'll give you one more chance. You know, tomorrow maybe, I'll give you or day after. But then another voice comes and says, no. Swami, if you are my best friend, I don't know how I want to give it to you today. I don't know. If you don't take it, I don't know. Maybe I'll never have a best friend in my life. And I'm sitting in the third row. Swami passes. Just before me, from one boy, he collects a letter. The first letter of the evening. And he has almost completed the darshan round. And then he turns to me, looks at the card, and says, wedding invitation? He asks. You know, stretching out his hand. Wedding invitation? I went to him and I said, no, Swami, best friend card. I was so desperate. I said, Swami, best friend card. I said. Swami said, Swami just took it. And I felt happy. I said, that's it. Swami has accepted it. Wow. And you know, I told you this card had undergone many surgeries. I had cut it, stitched it. So I had put some tape and gum and all and stitched it back because foolish that I was, like, I didn't even change the cover. I used the same cover, same old cover, and I had. And then Swami comes on stage and I see in his hand is that letter and this card. And then Swami opens that letter which he had collected. For about half a minute, just reads through, closes the letter and puts it by the side. And then he takes my card. He is not able to open it because it is being sealed thoroughly from all four sides with tape and Fevicol. Swami is trying. It's not able to open. He's not able to open it. And so he just gives it to the boy sitting by his side. And I said, oh my God, if only I had kept it open, you know, Swami could have read it. Quickly he could have read it and I could have had the satisfaction of Swami reading my best friend card. And then Swami tells the boy next to him, open it and give me. And the boy opens the card and gives it to Swami. And you know, as I said, there were 101 reasons. It was not a single card, it was 4 flaps. You know, it opens up this big, like the bellows of the harmonium. You know, whether it opens out. And Swami sat there and opened that card and started reading. The overseas choir began. And the first song was sung. You know, Swami looked up, said start. As they started, Swami began to nod his head. You can check this in the videos, 2008 Christmas. Swami began to nod the head and then lifted the card and started reading. The whole song gets completed. Swami looks up and says, next song. They start the next song and Swami again starts reading. Third song, fourth song, Swami is still reading. And I pick up a camera and I take some pictures. You know, Swami reading the card. I'm sure every member in the overseas choir would have cursed me had they known I was responsible for Swami being buried in that card. I don't know what the members of the overseas choir felt, but for me, that day I felt so special. I felt that Swami has taken up avatarhood only for my sake. Because he made me feel like that. He made me feel that the whole world has assembled at my feet, but you want my friendship, right? My friendship is what you will get. There is no reason, no season, no time for such things. Anytime you are ready, I am ready. It is the peak season here, you know. Doesn't make sense actually. It's the peak season, the Kulwant hall is full and people are standing on the sides trying to have darshan. And it is there. And Swami picks up and reads. For half an hour he read the card. And after the aarti got over, At the end of the day, when Swami left, in the car, usually, Swami used to give it to the boys by his side, the letters that he has collected. Even though he had read the card, he carried with him back into the car and into the residence. And what could I say? I was just lost in bliss. I was lost in joy. For here, the beauty of God as the best friend is that in case we are going on the wrong path, Swami also stops. See the love of a friend. He doesn't wait for you to stretch out his hand. He says, "Oh, foolish fellow, you're going wrong. You will get pained by the world. Your heart will get crushed." So he puts obstacles. They say Vinayaka, Ganesha. Vinayaka means Lord of obstacles. And Swami says it's in two ways. One is, he puts obstacles if you're on the wrong path, and he clears obstacles if you're on the right path. And that is what Swami also does. In this relationship and friendship, when we are on the wrong path, he himself stops, because he knows that we cannot get a better friend than Swami. There's no better friend better than Swami. And this Swami is not just restricted to the physical frame Swami. Even at times when Swami is not there in the physical presence, a prayer of love, a prayer of friendship. Because something special about a friend is that you can share with a friend what you cannot share with anybody else. And to dilate further on this, I would like to invite Pooja.